So we are going to discuss on envy as I open the show on this series. And so as you listen, may you remain blessed. May the Lord give you a retentive heart to listen and also to put it into work. Envy. So if you can get your jotter, make sure you put these things down. Envy. The principal text will be Esther chapter 7 from verse 1 to 10, and also same Esther chapter 3 also from verse 1 to 15. While general of all is Romans chapter 12 from verse 9 to 13. So what do we mean by envy? What is envy? What does envy mean? So while I was scrolling through the dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary could tell me that envy is a distress feeling towards someone, feeling of hatred against someone because of his or her fortune or success. I know you get that. I found out that in my research, this envy has become part of us. This envy has become our thoughts. This envy has become our normal lifestyle. You just feeling bad about someone's success. You trying to put on efforts to bring down somebody. Or sometimes you find yourself having hatred towards someone. You don't just understand why you just hate the person. You just understand not that the person have to necessarily hurt you or have to necessarily offend you. You just find out that you can't help it but hate. You can't help it but just keep malice unnecessary. You didn't even have arguments. Let me tell you, these kind of things are seeds that that devil plant in us, plant in our hearts. And one of the things we don't realize is we nurture this seed in our hearts and it germinate and become something else that we can't even control. Look, let me tell you, some people, they nurture it to the extent that it begins to manifest in them. It seems as if they are psych. It's not like they are psych. No, it's because they have nurtured it and it has become part of them, and they exhibit it as attitude, and it becomes character. And it becomes character, then it now begins to produce sinful nature, which later becomes produces death. We need to understand that Satan has different ways and different portals he plants these seeds in us. Number one way is he can plant it through the things you see, that is through your eyes, through your sight. And number two ways he can plant it through your ears. There were a lot of things we use our ears to hear that actually have put us into bondage. We don't realize it is a disadvantage to listen to everything. It's not everything that you must listen to. You need to be careful of the things you hear. This is a very broad way and very easy way that Satan plants it into the heart of men. Third way the devil sets in things into our heart is through our sense of feeling. The devil has a way to poison your heart through feeling. It's in that aspect that we use to admire a lot of things. So with that ability to feel and to explore things, the devil uses that aspect to put things into your imagination for you to feel and analyze things the wrong way and in a dirty way. Some people use that aspect to make pornography becomes visual to them. So most people use that aspect to sit and then they create visualities of things they want to see or they want to think about. So the devil also poisons that aspect of us in different ways. So he can use that to plant seeds of envy in you. These three gateways that I've listed, that devil can use it. You need to get rid of it and secure it so tightly so that Satan will not make you his agent, because you might be the agent of Satan and you will not know. And the thing is, he does these things with your authority, with your choice, but unknown to you. To tell you how Satan is smart. Look, let me just make it plain. Satan is wiser than us. That is the main reason why the scripture is advising us that we should focus and journey with God. They always preach to us and advise us to follow Jesus. When you follow God, he will give you wisdom that is beyond the wisdom of Satan. So there is no how you can operate on the face of the earth with your wisdom, because your wisdom is far lower behind the wisdom of Satan. The wisdom of Satan is beyond your realm. If you want to defeat the wisdom of Satan, then you will need a wisdom that is beyond the realm of Satan. And so this is what a lot of us, a lot of believers in particular, fail to understand. There's something I want to let us know, that what you don't wish for anyone, you can never keep, even though you have it. What you don't wish anyone to have, it is what you can never keep. As you don't wish people success, you can never keep success. It doesn't mean you can never get success. You will get success, but you can never keep it. It won't last. Know that whatever you do rotates back to you. That is how this life works. You pray to see people in bad times, in hard times. Remember, it will come back to you. So when you sit down and you intercede for people, you pray for people, you find out that it comes back to you. Whatever you give to the universe tends to give you back in double fold. You need to know that. Envy is a robber of blessing, sudden bitterness. If you must be blessed, then learn to celebrate with people in their success. I just found out that it is easier for people to mourn with people rather than celebrate with them. In other words, the easiest way to accumulate blessing is to what? To wish people blessing. At this junction, I would like to take us to our main text, which is Romans chapter 12 from verse 9 to 13. Let me read from verse 9. It says, love must be sincere, hate what is evil, cling to what is good. 10. Be devoted to one another in brotherly love. Honor one another above yourselves. Honor one another above yourselves. 11 said, never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor, serving the Lord. 12. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with God's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. In the whole sense of this thing is love that powers unity, bonding, and good relationships. When you begin to find yourself developing bitterness, envy, it means your love bank is beginning to diminish, is beginning to run low. You need to ask God for help. You need to seek for help and keep your love bank burning. Keep your love bank full. Whenever your love is growing cold, then bitterness begins to come up, because it is in our nature to develop bitterness, because we are living in flesh. When you are not having this attribute, it's not possible for you to live in the flesh without developing bitterness, hatred, envy. The only way to eradicate it is to what? To make your love strong in you. Nurture your love. Make your love grow so strong. Have strong brotherly love. We humans, we have a way of loving ourselves so much. Very few people on the face of the earth are selfless beings. To be selfless is not easy. People always think about themselves. It's not easy to put people first before yourself. And you can't be selfless when you have no love. And when you have no love, bitterness sets in, hatred sets in, fight, quarrel sets in. You see, malice will become rampant. It becomes a habit. It becomes a rampant behavior. People take it normal. When you see these things happening to you, check your lifestyle of love. Your love is no longer in your life, and there is no how you can survive in life without love, because the God who made you is a God made of love. The way he made you is out of love. Love sustains us. In fact, literally, love runs everything that happens on the face of the earth, but we don't know. We keep fighting. It's not because of lack of love that a lot of people have lost their lives. So you need to know that love has saved a lot of souls. It is love that settled some quarrels that would have led to death, and because love has set in, a lot of death has been avoided, a lot of quarrels have been avoided, a lot of malice have been avoided, a lot of scattered relationship or broken relationship have been avoided. So know that if love is missing in your life, you can lose a lot of things, and most of all, you will lose your blessing. You can also lose your life. That is the worst point. I want to just leave us with this one. Let's just digest it. See you on the next tape. I remain your humble brother, Ebenezer Samuel, and God bless you. Thank you so much for listening.